welcome back to the channel. Today I'm talking about a pen that I got at the Atlanta Pen Show in April of 2024, and I really had to think about that. But yeah, that's basically just before we left for the Netherlands, and this is a White Bear Pens Ursa, and I've had this lying around in my viewpoint for a while because I had to clean it, and I was dreading it because there was mold in it, and it was my first pen that ever got mold in it, and it's not the pen's fault, definitely not the pen's fault, but I'm going to show you up close and then talk a little bit more about it, because it was gross, and I like to share gross things apparently. Alright, let's switch to shot. Okay, here we have the White Bear Pens Ursa, which is a very, very pretty pen with all this beautiful marbling effect and shimmer in the body, and then also the cap is super sparkly and fun, and mine is a little blue tinged, and I don't know if that's because I kept it inked for super long and then had mold in it and then soaked it in some sort of vinegar solution, or if it was like that. My memory really doesn't do well anymore, but I think it's still a very lovely pen. And I think my favorite part of this pen is this barrel end. It looks like a galaxy. It's just so pretty. It's so nice. It is a cigar-shaped pen. It does not have a clip. It is very light, and it's screw cap. The cap has nice sparklies in it as well, and it's just all around lovely. Let me put that down. Grip is a salmony pink, and ink stains do get on it a little bit, but I don't mind that. It is a thing to be used, and that means that it can get a little bit dirty. The nib is a Jowo 6, and I hope I can get the camera to focus on this nib, because the White Bear Pens brand has a bear logo, and it is stamped on their nibs or engraved on their nibs, and it's just super cool to me. I hope that's clear. It is a Jowo 6, and I checked this with the maker of the pen, because when I cleaned this pen of mold, I had a problem, and that is that the feed broke in two. Now, this is not maker error, naturally. This could be my error, that I was too rough when I pulled it out of the housing, or it was just the mold or whatever had eaten through it, or the ink, because it was Sailor Soten that was in here for a lengthy period of time. But I had to go scout for another feed. Now, you can buy new feeds online, or at a pen show probably, but I found a Opus feed, which is also a Jowo 6, that fit. Not all of them fit, because I believe that I have a TWSBI 6 Jowo, and that feed was not going in there. This pen is a cartridge converter. When you buy this pen, it comes with a converter. Yeah, it's just a cartridge converter. I was trying to find out if you could eyedropper this pen. However, because of this different section, I'm not completely sure, and I could not find it online. I know she makes an Ursa, the maker makes an Ursa Minor, and the Ursa Minor is eyedropperable. It's a small version of this, so if you're looking for an eyedropperable pen, that is very much an option. I believe I paid around $150 for this pen, and I honestly just fell in love with it. James is actually the one who picked this color. He was the one that was like, oh, that's interesting. It's not like anything we've had before, and I think it's very much true. Now, I wish I still was in the States, because I honestly want more of her pens, or their pens. I don't know what they identify as, but I just love this brand, this maker. Alright, let's do writing sample. Now, of course, you could upgrade the nib on pens like this with a gold Jowo, for example, but I don't mind steel nibs. So this is white beer pens. It is a broad nib, not the OG feed, because I think I just messed it up. Big sad. This ink is Diamine Winter Spice. And this ink is like a brown ink with a shimmer, but I didn't shake the bottle, so it doesn't really show any shimmer. It does also sheen, but sheen is notoriously hard to catch on camera. All in all, this pen is like not a flexi pen or like a super interesting writer, because it is a very generic or fairly generic nib, but there are so many interesting finishes of these pens that I think it's 100% worth to look into these. And I would urge you not to leave this pen or a pen like it inked up with Sailor Stoughton for months and months and months on end. This bottle of ink, by the way, was a bottle of ink that I've had for years, and I had shipped in a car. So we imported a car from the States, shipped in a car to the Netherlands, which means that it was sat at a port for 2 months in a box. Then it was on a ship for like 3 weeks, and then it sat in another port for a long time. So, I mean, it's not a normal situation. This ink has been tossed. Not the pen's fault, more likely my fault. But yeah, very lovely. And as you can see, if you have a lot of pens, you can always find a solution so you can use your pen again, right? Here, my favorite part again. It's just so cute. Anyway, I know this one was a little rambly, but I hope you guys enjoyed. I enjoyed filming it and finally being able to use this pen again. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.